Hi everyone, and welcome to Shlime Reviews. I'm Shlime, and in this video, I will be reviewing Snoop Slimes. But first, if you're new to my channel, I want to again say welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoy this content. And now for our Shlime fam shoutouts. There are 4 of you: Nom Donut, Charmaine Lucero, Taze Bunny, and Rebecca Jones, who is Florida Southern Slimery on Instagram. Thank you so much for all the support, and if you'd like a shout out like this, comment down below #ShlimeFam. And with that, let's get into this review. This package got here in 8 days, and it cost me $67.44 with shipping for 4 slimes that are 6 ounces. They arrived in a priority mailbox, and when I opened the package, I saw a big business card with some candies in there. These candies I'm in love with. They're delicious and carbonated. I definitely recommend trying them. And the business card also had care instructions on the back, which was very nice, along with activator. It was so kind of them to also include these little squishies as an extra. They're very relaxing to squish when you just don't want to play with slime, basically. And yeah, it was very nice of them to include the donut and banana with my order. There were packing peanuts at the top, and all of the slimes were very nicely bubble wrapped. Everything arrived safely. There is one thing to mention about this shop if you plan on purchasing from them, is that they sell out very fast. I usually try to buy 5 slimes, wound up with 4. I went in there with a mission on what I wanted to buy, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately. They don't reserve slimes in their cart, and I always feel like that's worth mentioning. Regardless, I was very happy I was able to get these. And the 4 slimes that I did order are Sunflower Volume 6, Kiwi Crush, Iced Dragon Fruit Tea, and the last slime is Milk and Honey. I know Snoop Slimes is a big slime shop, so I'm very excited to try these out. Also, as a reminder, I saved the ASMR till the end of the video, but feel free to use the chapters to skip around as you'd like. And with that, let's open some slimes. The first slime we're going to look at is Iced Dragon Fruit Tea. This is in a 6-ounce container, and I paid $12.80. The texture is a beautiful light pink clear slime. It has jelly cubes in it to make it look like there's ice, along with these really cute leaf charms. The aesthetic was absolutely beautiful, and it also had dragon fruit Fimo slices. It was very satisfying to poke into the slime as it was still clear, and this is also unscented to preserve that clarity. It was fun to see the jelly cubes and leaf charms move into the clear base, and this was very well activated for arriving during the summertime in California, because it's very hot where I'm at right now, and I was very impressed that this didn't need any activator. It was a good thick clear slime, and the add-ins were just such a beautiful touch and went with the theme so well. Because of how thick the slime is, it gives very loud bubble pops, but this was still very easy to stretch for being thick. And the leaf charms, they do look pointy, but they did not poke my hands while I was filming for this video. I believe later I felt the tiniest little poke on me, so it wasn't bad, but just something to consider. It was also satisfying to squish some of the jelly cubes that resembled the ice. And overall, the jelly cubes were easy to squish into the slime, but I wanted to leave most of them as they were to give off that aesthetic of iced tea. And as the slime clouds up, it becomes a lighter pink color, and when inflated, it does get a tiny bit tacky, which is very common with a lot of clear slimes. And as long as you have activator nearby, it's really not a problem. And this does inflate a great amount as well. You'll probably need a spare container for some of the extra slime if you decide on inflating it. Overall, I was very impressed with this. I'm always impressed with clear slimes when it's hot outside, and I highly recommend checking one of these out at their shop. So for Iced Dragon Fruit Tea, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're going to look at is Kiwi Crush. This is a 6-ounce container filled with a bingsu slime and comes with a separate container that has a clay slime. I paid $15.20 for this slime, and it even came with a little kiwi charm. I wanted to play with the bingsu base first before adding that clay slime into it. I love all of the iridescent bingsu beads. It gives off a beautiful glow, and it also has these little black dots in there to resemble the black seeds in kiwi, along with some kiwi Fimo slices. I loved everything that was added into this, and it is just such a beautiful green color. I want to say it's in a clear slime base, and it just gives easy bubble pops as soon as you go to fluff it up. It didn't tear at all, and it wasn't sticky at all. I was just very impressed with how good of a texture this was just by itself. It was honestly difficult to put the base away because it fluffed up very nicely, and I was just in love with it as it was, but I eventually did put it back into the container. I then took out the clay slime, and it was just so smooth and buttery. It also wasn't sticky at all, and I love that it had the little black add-ins to resemble the kiwi seeds again. I want to say that those were little glitters if I remember correctly, and they also had these, I want to say they're like a white pom-pom in them. I'm so unsure, and I'm sorry. It honestly makes me so curious what it is. I just know that they were soft and kind of fuzzy, and they were just really cool to add into this as well, but they were white, so it was difficult to see, and I just wish I knew what they were, but I don't. Regardless, it was very fun to put the clay slime on top to see the adorable aesthetic before mixing it into the bingsu slime, creating even more of a fluffy texture. And it causes that vibrant green color to become a tiny bit lighter, but it's still beautiful. It's just so squishy, and I'm just addicted to the ASMR. I highly recommend trying a slime like this from their shop if you like bingsu slimes. The nice thing about this slime is I could use the little container that the clay slime came in for some of the storage, but I still needed an extra container because this slime inflates a lot, and I probably could have inflated it even more. And the kiwi charm is really cute, but I don't really recommend playing with it in the slime if you're gonna go crazy because it was just a hard plastic charm, and that can hurt your hand if you squeeze in the wrong way. But yeah, I was really impressed with this slime. It was definitely one of my favorites. Oh, and it's also scented. I don't remember if I've mentioned this, but it is scented as a light kiwi. And typically with kiwi scents, I am reminded of a lotion, or I can barely smell it. With this, it's light, but sweet, and the most realistic kiwi scent I've had so far. So I really enjoyed everything about this slime, and it doesn't even really get super tacky when it's inflated too, which I absolutely love. And yeah, I highly recommend checking out a slime like this from their shop. So for Kiwi Crush, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 slime. The next slime we're going to look at is Milk and Honey. This comes with a beautiful white, thick and glossy base, which is 6 ounces. And it also came with a 1 ounce clear slime that's supposed to resemble honey. I paid $15 for this slime, and I just thought it was really cool. It came with some neat extras like the honey stick and some charms, which were a bee, honeycomb, and milk. I'm not gonna lie, I do see a lot of shops do this type of slime, which is the milk and honey, but it just seems like it's something that every shop kind of wants to try to do themselves in their own version. So this is the first milk and honey that I have tried from a shop, and I really love all of the extras that they include. The fact that there were 3 charms was just very generous of them and went with the theme just perfectly. I did want to play with the white base first, and when I went to poke it, it was very well activated and thick. I pulled it out of the container to play with it first before I did add the honey because it was just such a beautiful white color. It gives awesome finger pokes, and it stretches very well. It didn't tear for being as thick as it was, and due to the thickness you do get some loud bubble pops. The end result for this mixture is supposed to be still a thick and glossy, but I really just wanted to play with the base as much as I could before adding the honey because I knew it was going to affect the color, and you just never know how much it could truly affect the base once it's all mixed together. But I eventually put it back in the container, and I took out the beautiful clear slime. And the thing I didn't mention about this yet is that it came with these sponges in the clear slime, and they are supposed to resemble the honeycombs. I thought that was a really cute detail to include. It was the first slime I ever had with these types of sponges on them. And once I put it on top of the white base, it really just pops with that color. The color really reminded me of honey because it was in between like an orangish yellow. Now this is where I did mess up because I wanted to be cute and dip the honey stick into the slime at this point, which was bad. I should have done it before I put the clear slime on top. Here's something to know about slime and honey sticks. They don't get along. Slime doesn't come off of them easy, so if you ever see them as an added thing for slime, it's purely for aesthetic. I wouldn't actually recommend putting it in the slime, but like I said, it's a really cute thing to include for the theme. I eventually mixed the honey into the milk and it created the slime to be more of like a light yellow color, I want to say. It was fun to see the slime change colors, and what I wound up doing was taking a couple of the sponges out of the slime. If you watch slime ASMR videos, you'll know that these sponges can actually make some really cool sounds. So what you do is you take the sponges out of the slime because the slime causes the sponges to be squished. So when you take them out, they actually rise back up and all of the air sockets in the sponge become clear again. And when you let that happen, you can squish the sponges and they cause some really cool sounds, and I was in love with it. I really liked that they included that, and I definitely recommend if you ever see these sponges in slime to try this because it's really satisfying and fun. This slime overall was exactly the same. It still stretched so well and the bubble pops were very loud. It mainly just changed the color and then I got the sponges to play around with. Also, this scent is very delicious. It was scented as honey and it is just a good, light, sweet scent. I very much enjoy it. The more this slime is fluffed up, the clickier it gets. This inflates a pretty good amount and you will probably need a spare container for the extra slime, and I highly recommend checking this out if you see it. So for Milk and Honey, that is a beautiful 10 out of 10 slime. The last slime we're going to look at in this review is Sunflower Volume 6. This comes with a 6-ounce Snow Fizz base and a clay ice cream scoop to put on top, along with a sunflower charm. I paid $14 for this slime. Now, I don't really know anything about any of the previous versions, I just know this is volume 6, and I was really happy to get it because sunflowers are my favorite flower, and the charm is super cute, the aesthetic. I was just ready to try this one. The Snow Fizz base had some sprinkled plastic seeds on top to resemble sunflower seeds, and I thought that was really cute. The color was absolutely beautiful. It was almost like an orange brown. I'm not too sure, but I absolutely love it. And can I be honest with you? Usually, lately, I've been trying to play with the bases before adding the clay piece, but this is how excited I was. I completely forgot. I just wanted to put the clay piece on top of the flower. The aesthetic was just really cute and I just wanted to play with the entire thing already. The charm was absolutely adorable, but definitely something I wouldn't recommend playing in the slime because it could hurt your hand because it is a hard plastic. The presentation was just on point, and when I finally went to mix the slime, the clay piece was so soft. I was able to squish it very easily and it went into the texture just so smoothly. This slime is also scented as brown sugar and it is a delicious, sweet brown sugar scent. I really love this scent. It was my favorite from the order. Mixing it into the base, I could tell this was going to get so fluffy and crunchy. I truly regret not playing with the base first because I wanted to know what it was like before the clay piece, but it was too late at this point. And regardless, this slime is just so lovely. This was my favorite slime because of a lot of reasons. There was the scent, the theme and aesthetic, and the texture is so cool. I've never had such an inflatable Snow Fizz clay slime before. This fluffs up very well and is so easy to stretch. It truly doesn't tear at all. I love that I can still see the black seeds throughout the slime because it goes with the aesthetic, and sometimes slime can hide little details like that, but this didn't. And the more this slime is fluffed up, it gets so sizzly. I think that was why I loved it so much. It was just the sizzles, the scent, the sunflower, all the S's It really was just my favorite from the order. It stretches so good, and I'm not the best at inflating, and I could have just kept inflating this. It was so easy to inflate. The only minor issue with this slime is that there is a tiny bit of plastic snow fallout, and I'll be honest, I don't get that a lot with plastic snow. Typically, I don't have any fallout with that type of snow, but I did have a little bit. It wasn't a lot, but it was definitely something to point out and probably something I will be faulting this for. Please keep in mind, this is my favorite. If you see this at their shop, I really recommend you try it because it's really difficult for me to put away. And if you just like sizzly slimes that are just fun to inflate, this is definitely for you. I was just in love with everything. I can't stop saying it. I was in love with everything. The only thing is because it does inflate so much, you do need a spare container for afterwards. So that's just something to keep in mind, is that Snoop Slimes doesn't really give deli containers, so you will have to have your own containers if you get DIY slimes. This slime is just perfect for summertime. Honestly, all of these slimes were perfect for summertime. I was really happy with this. So for Sunflower Volume 6, unfortunately, due to the small amount of plastic snow fallout, I do have to fault this slime a tiny bit, so I'm going to give this amazing slime a 9 out of 10 Shlime. Thank you so much for watching my video, and check out more of Snoop's slimes. I'll have links down below to their Instagram and shop. I was really impressed with this shop. I do get why they are so popular. My biggest thing is I just wish they would reserve slimes in your cart for at least a minute, but you know, it is what it is. I am so grateful I am even able to have the slimes that I have, and if you are interested, I do recommend checking them out, but just know that they sell out super fast. Also, if you're curious, I'm on Instagram too, so follow me if you'd like to see daily schlimes and just schlimes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.